Hey Giants, welcome back. I'm back at it again. I can't stop creating applications for AI because it's so killer. This one today that I'm going to share with you is called Via Negativa GPT. It was inspired by Karan Rai, who in our podcast yesterday talked about stripping away all the things that you think you are. And so I thought, man, I'm going to create an app around that. And so I did. And I'm going to test it and demonstrate it for you so you can see what's possible with this. Many of us struggle with our identities. We struggle with our character essence, our values, ethics, morals, cultural teachings, social teachings. It goes back to the core of who we think we are. And this really strips away at that so that you can start to rebuild in a new, maybe more positive way. So where you'll see this, I'm going to share this on my screen here real quick, is Via Negativa is a chat GPT application. So chat GPT is something offered by OpenAI. They do a chat GPT plus membership. You'll need that to use this application. And you can find this application and others at executiveaisolutions.com. Those are the solutions I create for my 12 journeys and for my clients. And these are things that I've created for you. So you'll see a list of all of my applications that I've created in here. And the other thing we'd like you to do is come over to my12journeys.com, where you can see why I'm creating these applications to support the 12 journeys, because I'll create them for our partners who are coaches who have no framework in their business and they want to adopt the 12 journeys as their framework or as part of their framework. And so the Via Negativa, just to tell you about that application, is designed for really exploring your identity. So going into the journey of non-consciousness and the 12 journeys, this one dives into who you think you are. And so it's going to guide you through self-discovery. It's conversational. You talk to it. You could speak to it. We'll do that today by phone, or you could type it in. So when you come into the application, it's going to look like this. You type go, and it's going to ask you a starter question to get you launched. Now that's where we're going to start today as I demonstrate this application for you. I do charge 20 bucks for these apps. It's a one-time fee. You have the app forever. So once you access it, it's yours for as long as ChatGPT is around. And so you'll be able to grab that. You just put in your name, email address, and drop me 20 bucks. So that helps me continue to create more applications like this. And I'm striving to find useful applications that actually tie into the 12 journeys, but also help you in your life. So I'm going to go ahead and do a demonstration of this now so that you can see what this application does. I'm going to speak to it because ChatGPT now allows for that. If you are on a Samsung type device, an Android device, you'll see a little headphone set down in the bottom here. If you're on an Apple device, it'll be on the top of your screen. That's my understanding. But you want to look for the headphones because that's how we're going to dive into this. So I'm going to type go. It's going to ask me to talk about some of the identities that I hold on to as an individual, titles, roles, identities that I currently hold. So here we go. My name is Nick, and some of the titles that I hold are father, boyfriend. I am also an author, a coach, an AI creator. I am the founder of a 12 Journeys program, a facilitator of a large community, global community. I'm a podcast host as well.
Thank you, Nick, for sharing these significant aspects of your life. Each role you've mentioned contributes to the tapestry of your identity, shaping how you interact with the world and how the world perceives you. Focusing on one aspect to start, let's take the role of being a father. When you think about what it means to you to be a father, could you share what values or beliefs guide you in this role?
Yeah, I think as a father, my values and beliefs are I should be a provider, a protector, a teacher. I should be somebody who loves my kids and looks after their needs to make sure that they're taken care of. And so those are just a few of the values I hold. I value connection and love with my kids.
Your dedication to being a provider, protector, teacher, and source of love and connection for your children speaks volumes about the values you cherish in your role as a father. Now let's explore a bit further. If we were to subtract these roles and the values attached to them, focusing solely on the essence of Nick without these identifiers, what aspects of yourself do you think would remain? What is intrinsic to you beyond these roles and values?
I think I'm a pretty loving human. I care about others and how my actions impact them. I'm deeply curious about the world, so I want to figure out how things work, and I want to share that with others. I find myself, at my core, just being a person who worries about his impact in the world and how he shows up. So I've spent a lot of time working on myself to make sure that I don't cause additional harm to others, and I strive to do that.
Your reflection reveals a core identity centered around love, care, curiosity, and a conscientious approach to your impact on others and the world. These qualities suggest a deep rooted essence that drives your interactions and desires to learn and share knowledge, as well as a commitment to self improvement and mindfulness about your actions. Peeling back another layer, when you consider these intrinsic qualities, your loving nature, curiosity, and conscientiousness, how do you think these aspects of yourself interact with the world without the direct influence of your roles? What remains if we think of Nick not in terms of actions or impacts, but as an essence or energy moving through life?
Yeah, I think if I really strip this down to the core of it, I exist. So I know that. It goes into that thinking of I think, therefore I am. So I have this consciousness that's beyond all of it. It sees my actions, behaviors, my identities, my ethics, my values, my belief systems. It witnesses it all. And then it puts on these things, these identities. Oh, I'm a father, and that means this. So I put that on. Or I am an author, and that means this. So I put that on. Um, so I see it just, at the core of it, I have this essence that exists beyond all of it, an awareness, a knowing. Um, I don't know how to describe that, other than maybe a soul or, an essence.
Your introspection touches on a profound realization of existence and consciousness that exists independently of the roles and labels we adopt. This awareness or essence you describe, which observes and experiences beyond the constructs of identity, roles, and values, is a significant insight. It's like peering through the layers of an onion to find that at the center, there isn't a smaller onion, but space, awareness, something intangible yet fundamentally real. This essence or soul, as you've identified, is a witness to your life's unfolding, not confined by the various identities you wear. It's a powerful acknowledgement of a deeper self that exists beyond the tangible aspects of life. How does recognizing this essence, this core of awareness, influence your perception of your actions and interactions in the world? How might it shape your understanding of your roles and the values you hold?
I think what it does for me is it shows me that I'm not all the things that I put on. Like I'm wearing these clothes today. I have a maroon shirt and blue jeans, and thankfully I'm wearing underwear. So it's like I have all these things that I put on, but they're not my body. Just because I put them on my body doesn't make them my body. It's just things I put on my body. And I look at it kind of like that as my essence, my core is beyond anything. It's beyond my, adopted ethics, adopted morals, cultural standards, social standards. It's beyond my beliefs. It's beyond my perceptions. It's almost like my essence sees the world through the perceptions I put on. It's like putting glasses on. Um, that I'm not these things. I'm not a father necessarily, but I put that on so that I can direct, like Karan Rai says, the essence that's in me, I can direct it in a certain way. But I'm not my insecurities. I might put my insecurities on, but I'm not those. So it really has me reflect like, well, what am I? If I am not my beliefs and my perceptions and my titles, then if we really get to the core of it, I'm free to be anything that I want to be. I mean, there's really no limit to it other than what I put on for the day. So if I'm limited to what's in my drawer, well, then I'm only going to put on the clothes that are in that drawer rather than exploring other possibilities. I mean, truthfully, I could wear anything I want or nothing. I'd probably go to jail if I wore nothing, though. That would be a problem. It's thinking.
Your analogy of clothing to the various roles and identities we adopt is both vivid and insightful. It beautifully illustrates the distinction between what is external and chosen, like clothes or roles, and what is intrinsic to our being. This perspective of recognizing our essence as separate from our external identifiers offers a liberating viewpoint. It suggests a fundamental freedom in how we choose to engage with the world, highlighting that at our core, we are not confined by the roles we play or the beliefs we hold. This realization opens up a realm of possibilities, suggesting that our essence is not bound by limitations unless we choose to accept them. It's a powerful acknowledgement of the freedom to define, or rather not define ourselves strictly by the clothes we wear, in a metaphorical sense. Reflecting on this freedom and the essence that exists beyond the tangible, how do you feel this understanding influences your relationship with the external world? How might it impact the choices you make about which clothes to wear in both a literal and metaphorical sense?
I think it gives me a chance to really step back from who I say I am. If somebody comes to me and says, "Who are you? What do you do?" And then I list out all of these titles and objective measurements of what, socially we call ourselves. I have a chance to really look at it and say, am I that, or is that something I'm putting on? It creates some separation from the identities, even the experiences of life. Did I at my core experience those, or are they experiences that this identity had or this being had that it carried, and now it judges itself based on that? Notice even the speaking of it in third party here, or third person, separates it from me. So I'm starting to see that there's a separation of my identity from who I really am at my core, which means that I have freedom now to go out and create something new if I want. I can continue to put on the same clothes, so to speak, metaphorically, or I can start to explore other things that I could be, my possibilities and my potentials. And so it really has me reflect on that. It's, who am I saying I'm being? And is that really me, or is that something I've put on today?
Your reflections highlight a profound process of introspection and discernment. By recognizing the distinction between your core essence and the identities you wear, you're exploring a deeper level of freedom and choice. This separation not only allows you to question and reevaluate the roles and labels you've adopted, but also opens the door to a broader exploration of potential and possibilities. It's a shift from a fixed sense of self, defined by external measures and experiences, to a fluid and expansive understanding of self that is free to evolve and transform. This newfound perspective can indeed be liberating, offering a space to reimagine and reinvent oneself beyond the constraints of previously accepted identities. It's like looking at a canvas that you thought was already painted, only to realize it's still blank and waiting for your brush. How might this understanding influence the choices you make or the paths you decide to explore?
Well, it gives me a chance to really express the freedom that I am. Like at my core, I am free. And so I'm free to be anything I can imagine. So it really opens me up to reflect on, well, what would I like to create from here? It has me reflect on my purpose. Like, what is my reason for being here? What would be the meaning I want to give to life? And so it has me look at it from a new lens, because if I look at it from the old lens, then I might say, well, I'll look at who I can be in life based on who I've been. But if I could strip all that away via negativa, then I can really identify that I'm not really attached to any of that. At any moment, I could be anything I can imagine. And so it opens me up to really explore in a new way, like what's possible for me from here if I really play with that. So I get to imagine it. So that's what it gives me, is a chance to really imagine beyond what is into the what could be. And there's nothing off the table.
Your realization of inherent freedom and the exploration of possibilities beyond the known or familiar is a powerful stepping stone toward crafting a life that resonates deeply with your core essence. Recognizing that you are not tethered to past identities or experiences liberates you to envision and manifest a future unbounded by previous conceptions of self. This process of imagining what could be, rather than being confined to what is or what has been, invites a dynamic and creative engagement with life, where the potential for growth and transformation is limitless. As you ponder the vast landscape of possibilities that lie before you, consider how this perspective might influence not just your own path.
So I'm going to pause right there. Like my mind's going, my mind's like spinning, like, oh, like what could I create from here? You know, the applications that I build, um, I love using AI in a way that heals. And so a lot of people have fears and misconceptions about AI and what it's going to do. It's going to take over the world. It's going to take our jobs. We're going to have battles with it, blah, blah, blah. It'll reach human intelligence and it will destroy us and all this stuff. Um, AI does not have human intelligence. It's a program, just like a computer program or application. It just simply is commanded by human language, by English as the primary language, but it's opening up to other languages as well, which is really amazing. And technology has the power to be positive and negative. I choose to use AI and technology in the positive, because what it does is it creates a tool for me to augment what I do as a coach, as a teacher. When I'm doing my 12 Journeys program, what I'm doing there with my12journeys.com is I'm creating these applications to support my community, to support my partners, to support me. Like I want these applications so that I can deeply reflect on my life and really explore like this identity that I carry of who I think I am and how that's influencing my world. So it gives me a chance in a non-therapeutic way to sit with myself in deep reflection about what's going on in my life. So when you look on my website, you know, you go to Executive AI Solutions, you'll see applications that I've built, you know, in different areas: comparison killer to get rid of your comparisons, Premember to help you clarify your visions, stretch revolution to get you out of your comfort zones. If you're a lonely CEO, we've got boardroom that helps you talk like a CEO would about your business and strategize, finding your unique selling mechanisms. Like I have so many different applications in here that apply to both life and the social facets of production and business and all of that. And I keep creating more. Like I'm falling in love with this idea of creating custom GPTs that are conversational in nature. And I even do these for clients where I create them for their business, where it's built on their framework and clients can talk to their framework like they would a coach. And so there's so much possibility here. They're predicting that AI is going to go from $120 trillion industry, or 120 billion to 1.8 trillion in the next 10 years. In the next 5 years, they're saying that each of us will have an AI assistant. It will be as common as the cell phone within 5 years. So these AI assistants that I build are designed to help you in here mostly. So the Via Negativa helps, you know, with the journey of non-consciousness that we talk about in the 12 journeys. It helps you to really explore what's going on in here. Who do I think I am? Like this, my inner child gives you a chance to talk to the AI as if it's your inner child, so you can start to dialogue with your inner child and express compassion and love for your inner child and heal things that maybe you haven't worked on. That might be a tool that you work on with your therapist, or you work on it on your own when you're struggling. What I'm striving to do here is give you tools that support each of the 12 journeys and the providing side of our lives, where we have to go out and make money and pay the bills and put food on the table. right? So these AIs, these applications, I like to say augmented intelligences, enhance what you do as a human, but they'll never replace the humanness. And humans, you know how biased we are. If there was an AI that became sentient for some reason and had its own thinking and emotions, we would probably discriminate against it because it's not human, and therefore we wouldn't talk to it the same way that we would a human, which would be unfortunate because maybe we could learn more. But the idea here is that you can never really place the humanness. And so these tools are meant to enhance what you do as a coach or consultant, or just as a person, and really grow that. So I'd invite you to head over to executiveaisolutions.com. If you want to explore creating your own applications, you can do that. Definitely come be a part of our 12 Journeys program, because our partners get access to these applications as part of their partnership. So it's included in, so it's not a separate fee for them. So our partnership, just to give you a sense of that, the My 12 Journeys, what we're doing there is we're helping coaches who don't have a clear framework have a framework, or coaches or therapists or consultants or school districts who would like to teach holistic, emotional and social intelligence, including legacy. We have a framework that's proven that helps them to do that. And so My 12 Journeys is our way of providing language for the process we go through as humans to heal from the inside out and to express that in our world and leave an impact, a positive impact in the world. And so go check that out. Go to my12journeys.com, check out our website, see what we're up to. If you want to talk about it in a non-sales conversation, either that or the AI solutions, I'm happy to do either of those, because I will never pressure you to be a part of what we're doing. I'll just explore it with you, and we can see if there's something that we can do together around that. And if there is, then we'll explore what that looks like. But if not, you'll gain some valuable insights and some ideas that you probably haven't had before. So go check this out. executiveaisolutions.com. You click on the AI solutions button, you'll see all the applications there. You click on the buy now, it'll take you into an explanation of what the application is. And then you'll just put in your details and click next, and it gives you direct access, immediate access to the Chat GPT. You will need the GPT Plus account to use this. So if you don't have that, this won't work. It really only works on that Chat GPT Plus framework. Google is coming out with Gemini, which is their version of Chat GPT, and that'll be a game changer as well. But they don't offer yet a way for us to create pre-programmed GPTs like this that you can just click on and go. And so I'm doing all of that in OpenAI's platform on ChatGPT. So I don't get anything by you being a member of ChatGPT. That's separate from me. Where I benefit is when you come over and buy my applications here and share those. So if you know somebody that could benefit from this, buy it for them or tell them, hey, check this out, and send them the link, and they'll be able to participate in that GPT just like you are. So I appreciate you guys watching for just a minute. This is what I'm up to. I think it's pretty amazing what AI can do. And if I could support you as a coach, consultant, teacher, HR director, and you need tools that will help your team to break through like this, I can help you explore the possibilities around creating something for you. So reach out to me, DM me, and we will go from there. So make it a giant day. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the